This is Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show, episode number 61.
The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the practice of the fearless crew, orgasm would be lost. Orgasm would be lost. The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the porno star, the professor and Mary Ann never did get it on.
Welcome to Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show, episode number 61. I am your host, Billy Ankovi, and happy Easter to all of you that do celebrate that holiday. This is Easter weekend coming up. Today is Good Friday, but it's going to be a great Friday today, because on the show, going to talk about WWE, another WrestleMania report, TNA with the Lockdown report, Ring of Honor, the Indies, Japan. Got to talk about Japan because something happened today, plus the return of the DVD of the week that you must buy, and I'm going to tell you about that in a little bit. Now, during my time that I've been off this week, from work, I've happened to actually listen to a couple of new podcasts on my iPod, which is currently charging. And I got to listen to two specifically. They were the MSR Wrestling Podcast, hosted by Alex Reamer, and the other one, the Figure 4 Daily Pro Wrestling with Vinny, Vinny and Bobby, or whoever they are? Brian Alvarez is the host of that one. And I just want to say this, personally. The first one with Alex Reamer. Kid, you're like 12 or 13, you're in like the 6th or 7th grade. Why you gotta yell during your podcast? Why do you have to yell during your show? I mean, we could hear you. We can hear you. You don't have to yell. We're not all deaf. I mean, maybe he's trying to get the excitement into it, but for the love of God, why do you gotta yell? Why do you have to yell? And then, with Brian Alvarez's show, I heard that it's like every sentence has the F word in it. Effing, 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 effing. Why you gotta curse? We're talking about wrestling. Why do you gotta curse? I mean, are you trying to get your point across by saying the F word or the B word or the S word? I'm not saying it. This is a family entertainment. This is a family show for the families to watch here on YouTube and live video and Daily Motion. Why you gotta use the F word? Is it like, do you feel like that since you're an almighty protege of Dave Meltzer that you can use the F word all you want? I don't know. I mean, I like the show, but I would like it more if he didn't use the F-bomb that much. If you haven't voted, and if you are in the Wrestling Man's Wrestling Show Hall of Fame voting committee, the voting ends this Sunday. I need all ballots back by this Sunday. If I do not get it back, your vote does not count this year. And I can tell you, the fans, right now, that there are two people that are right now pretty much clinched a spot in the Hall of Fame. I'm not going to tell you who. You got to wait till next week to watch the Hall of Fame episode. And before I go take a break, I want to talk about the tragic death of Gary Hart. He passed away last weekend. And the Dirty White Boy did a pretty nice video on him. I can honestly say that I never saw Gary Hart, while I was growing up. But I mean, with the old footage from WCW, I got the Great American Bash '89 on DVD, and that's one of the best shows ever. And he's on there, Terry Funk, Great Muta, he's managing. But his work in World Class is what tops it, to me. And you can see in both of the DVDs. On the documentary of World Class Championship Wrestling, the one that WWE did, and then the independent documentary that was done very well. Probably the best documentary I've ever seen. But truly, the wrestling business lost one of the smartest minds in the history of the business. When I come back, it is WWE. And I actually tell you about a dream I had about a certain WWE diva.